All right. Hello, everyone. Today. I am so glad to be here with you. My name is Nisha Zachary. I am the COO of the Authority Establishment, and I help business owners have more time, make more money, and make a bigger impact by helping them implement systems in their business along with digital services that make everything better. So today, what I'm actually here to help you do is to set boundaries in your business, because you can have all the systems in the world, but if you don't have boundaries set up, your systems aren't going to do anything for you at all. As a matter of fact, if you don't have boundaries, your systems are going to explode on the first real go around. So I want to talk to you about setting boundaries and how setting those boundaries can lead you to success, and then also how to handle things when people push back on your boundaries. Because I can guarantee you, if you have not put boundaries in place up until now, there is going to be pushback when it comes time for you to let the world know that you now have boundaries. So if you have any questions while we are talking today, just drop them in the comments. And if I see them, depending on where you drop them, I will be sure to answer them while we're on here. If not, then I will come back around and answer them to make sure that you get what you need from this conversation. And I do want it to be a conversation. So, okay, trying to make sure that everybody can see me. If you can see me, drop a 1 in the comments, please, just so I know that you're actually here and I'm not like making this up. All right. Is everybody ready? Okay, so here we go. First thing I want to talk to you about is why you need to set boundaries. Okay, so first of all, so a boundary is an imaginary line between you and another person, another place, another thing, whatever it may be. That's what your boundary is. It's that impenetrable wall that people can't cross. It can be your physical space. It can be your emotions. It can be your feelings, your needs, your wants, your desires. All of those are boundaries, and it's from the responsibility of other people's emotions, wants, needs, all of that stuff, and it separates them from yours as well. So what you need to remember is that you train people how to treat you. So if you have no boundaries, they will automatically see that and they will take advantage of whatever it is that you're offering on any way, shape, or form. So just remember, you train people how to treat you, and you let them know what isn't. So there are 3 main reasons so that you can show up happy and healthy in your business and in your life. Again, in your business and in your life, and you can tackle problems. It's your business, your life, your hobbies, not you want to change your soap, whatever it may, tackle that problem more efficiently when you have boundaries. So if you think about it, there was this virtual assistant who used to answer calls as soon as somebody sent a message. So whether they texted or they emailed or they actually sent an actual phone call, she was right there. She jumped in until one day, her anniversary, she goes to get on the computer to answer this client call because they needed a project done in 24-hour turnaround. And she was pretty much working for dollars, and she hadn't put in those. Her husband got upset. Why? Because they were out. Why wouldn't he be upset, right? So I can tell you that I was that virtual assistant. When I first started my business, that's what I did, and I was at everybody's beck and call. I had no boundaries. If somebody sent me something at 5 o'clock in the morning, or if they sent me something at 11 o'clock at night, didn't matter if it was Tuesday or a Saturday, and Sunday or Thursday, whenever you needed it, it was coming back to you within 24 hours for no extra cost. And it wasn't until he got upset and we sat down and we talked that I really understood what it was doing to us, to our relationship, to all the different pieces of my life outside of my business that was suffering. All these different pieces were suffering because I had not put up boundaries. I was tired, I was exhausted, I was losing weight, I was dealing with like blood issues with my anemia, like all kinds of things. So if you want to show up happy and healthy, you need to put up boundaries, and you need to say, okay, I'm going to sleep at this time, I'm going to do business at this time, I'm going to be with my husband at this time, my children at this time. And you have all of these places in your life. People who will push back on the idea of having so much structure and like having so many boxes for things, but knowing that I'm going to spend with my husband and we're going to go to Starbucks and Lowe's and just hang out, future house that we're building. That's something that makes me happy. It's something that gets me through the week. It's just me and him. Not only is it better for me knowing that I have that space and place and time with him, it's also better for our relationship. It reminds him how much I love him, why he's with me, all of those things. So it translates back to business, because when you're happy in your home life, you can be happy in your business. When you're not happy in one place, you're not going to be happy in the other. But being able to put those boundaries in and knowing that I have that time with him and I have time with my kids and I have time for business, those are very important things that keep me healthy and happy. So you're able to show up in your full capacity in each place, okay? The other thing is that you can serve more efficiently. So you serve most effectively when you have boundaries in place. This is because you can see clearly when something is your responsibility and when. For instance, I know that I build funnels. That's what I do. I am not necessarily the person that's going to be out there recruiting new people, and I'm not necessarily the person that's going to be on the phone. If you give me a funnel to build, and I can build that all day. You need some social media done? I've got you. But I know what my lane is. When it comes to the house, I know that I can cook some mean chicken and dumplings. Love chicken and dumplings. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I can cook a mean chicken and dumpling. But what I cannot do, cannot fry chicken, and I cannot make black eyed peas. I just can't. I stay in my lane. Let my husband stay in his lane. So knowing, and that's a simplified explanation, obviously, but knowing what his responsibilities are and my responsibilities are makes it so much easier. So when we get to Thursday night and kids want spaghetti and they make sure they know that mom doesn't cook spaghetti the way dad cooks spaghetti, we know that spaghetti night is on dad. But if they want shrimp and asparagus, that's on mom. So it gives clear expectations for everyone, and we know who's cooking when, who's doing what when. In your business, you'll know whose responsibility it is to get the social media done, whose responsibility it is to track the numbers, whose responsibility it is to do like each and everything, so that one person is not doing all the things. Because when one person is doing all the things, that's a surefire path to disaster. So the last thing that I wanted to tell you is that having boundaries allows you to tackle problems more efficiently. So you're able to take that responsibility that we just talked about, and you can like frame it in your mind a lot quicker. You know whether it's yours or not to deal with. You know that now is a good time for you to deal with it. And you know exactly what it is that you want to say to the other person, or how to handle a situation, whether or not you're going to go to a place to handle that problem that you're having, depending on your boundaries. If it's 11 o'clock at night, I'm not coming down here to the computer to answer your email. It's not going to happen. But when I'm back first thing in the morning on a work day, I will answer your question. If there is an emergency, then my clients know how to get in touch with me. So like it's an emergency and there's a fee attached to that, because I want to make sure that I am saying my most important yeses, as Jenna Kutcher said it. I want to make sure that I'm spending my most important yeses with my family. And I reserve the very slim yeses for the other things in my life, the other areas in my life. Okay, so again, let's do that again. Show up healthy and happy. you're going to be able to serve more effectively, and you're going to be able to tackle problems more efficiently. The more you focus on your boundaries, the more it look at your problems. You're able to take responsibility for the issues you've caused and bring up solutions that will fix the mess, and you'll be able to do it much quicker once you have boundaries. Okay, so that's really all I wanted to tell you today, except you need to make sure that you're enforcing your boundaries, because once you get them in place, remember at the beginning, you've already treat you for umpteen years, and now you want to flip the script and you want to change the game up on them, and they're not going to like it. So you need to remember that as you begin change and get pushback, clients and customers who they may struggle with them at first. So here's the thing that you need to remember: to realize that their frustration may not be intentional. It may just be because they're used to doing certain things. They're in a habit. So you need to acknowledge. You need to get rid of those clients that just will not deal. If they're saying like, hey, you need to do it the way you've always done it, you need to politely let them know, I'm not. So, and then make sure, above all else, do not violate your boundaries. The minute you violate your boundaries, that gives everybody else permission to do the same. So those are the things that you need to remember. It may not be intentional. Acknowledge the patterns. Fire anybody that's just not going to go with the program, and then don't violate your own boundaries. So I don't know if you read the caption before we started here, but in the caption I put, boundaries are a huge blessing. They gift you with the time and energy you need to be an effective witness in all that you do. They bless your clients by giving them clear guidelines on how to treat you, and they bless your family by showing them that they're more important than anything on your screen. You've produced this family in whatever way, shape, or form you've done that. Give them the respect and love that you set out to create when you first started your family, as you're building your business. And if that takes restructuring your business, then go for it. Don't be afraid to stand up, establish strong boundaries, and stick to them. Remember that setting boundaries is an act of love, and there's no better way to show self-love to yourself than to put those boundaries in place. All right. I would love to see you over in the Conscious Leadership Network. I will drop a link down below so that you can join us over there and find out more about all the wonderful things that we have going on over there. And then join me next Tuesday, same time. Actually, I'll be a little bit earlier. So next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, I will be talking. We can focus on more happiness in our lives and business, and how all of this is going to tie in through the month of October. I'll tell you about that next week. Don't forget to join me next Tuesday at 2 p.m. See you then.